I know this is a bold statement, but I'm 95% sure that D is a SCX god. It was sinfully good, and that's precisely the problem. I don't think my current boyfriend will ever make me feel the way D made me feel. Again, talking strictly about the SCX. Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, gonna go over a story titled, I Think My Ex Ruined Me for Everyone Else, and Realizing That Is Devastating. And guys, this story is about a gal. She is 28, her guy's 29, close to 30 years old. Let's remember this. And long story short, she's writing her tale, her woes, if you will, because things aren't exactly exciting with her current guy in the bedroom and the romance department. You see, she's, in my opinion, when I've connected the dots here, has done what most gals do. They find their nice guy because they know the bad boy isn't going to settle down with them, and they quickly realize the nice guy, as if they didn't know this already, isn't exactly very exciting. Doesn't give them the butterflies, doesn't give them the tingles, and most certainly does not do it for them in the bedroom the way Chatter Tyrone does. And you're going to see here how pretty much her guy is just like that. He is vanilla, not adventurous, and she is bored, and she is craving her ex-boyfriend's D. Okay? She can't get it out of her head because that's how much she's dying for a guy that is take charge in the bedroom, has his way with her. You get the point. Into more freaky stuff. Meanwhile, this guy, not at all. And I thought it'd be a very good one here to go over, guys, just to show a perfect example of what can happen. And well, oftentimes the cravings, the lust will take over. It will trump the nice guy. And this is why some of these stories, these gals, they settle for the nice guy because they know that she can take him home to mom and dad. He'll provide, be a good father. He's not going to go out and cheat on her. But whether she intends to or not, and that's up for debate, eventually the cravings will take over. And so for guys out there that are relationship guys, it's ideal that you have this knowledge in your head. If you're a relationship guy, you're a relationship guy. They're nicknamed Purple Pill. They have the red pill knowledge, but they're relationship guys and they're very aware. That's the lingo. So I've heard. Purple Pill. So you know these things. And you better take care of her in the sack. You better give her some tingles, be a little adventurous. Otherwise, shit's going to happen, if indeed you are a relationship guy. So I'm going to go through this here, guys. You're going to see her explain great detail, because this is very revealing as well as entertaining, what she's feeling, what she's thinking, all that, and how this story actually ends on a surprising note. So it starts off, it says here, I, a 28-year-old female, have been dating my boyfriend, a 29-year-old male, for 2.5 years. Let's call him T. So she's been dating him since she was like 25, when they usually start settling with a nice guy. I love T to death. I've never in my entire life felt as happy as I do with him. He's everything to me. He treats me well. He's kind, charming, funny, and caring. We're that tooth-rottingly sweet kind of couple. In other words, you want to make people throw up. He likes to give me little kisses in public. Every once in a while, usually when it's just the two of us. He'll randomly become unable to not stare at me. When I ask him what is wrong, the answer is always the same. Do you want to be my girlfriend, he says, or some variation of it. It's silly and childish, but it's intentionally so and painfully cute. I think I can speak for all you guys when I do this. Ugh. Good Lord. Now the reason I'm writing this post, my ex-boyfriend, let's call him D. How appropriate she's calling him D. D is 30 years old. We dated for a little more than 2 years. I loved him, sure, but it was nothing compared to how I feel about T. And I don't have these feelings for him anymore. This post is all about something else. The sex. I know this is a bold statement, but I'm 95% sure that D is a sex god. I was sinfully good, and that's precisely the problem. I don't think my boyfriend will ever make me feel like D made me feel. Again, talking strictly about SCX. Because D, when you connect the dots, was clearly a Chad or a Tyrone, the bad boy. And the nice guy is never going to make her feel the way the bad boy does in the sack. Ever. He may try, but it ain't going to be the same. I love T so much it's nauseating, but he's so painfully vanilla, and sometimes I find myself missing the roughness of D. For example, I like annoying people. It's my love language. I never heard that was a fucking love language. Sometimes when we're watching a movie, I'll start annoying T. I keep talking about silly things so he can't hear the dialogue, poking him, making dumb comments, walking in front of the TV so he can't see. T always giggles, really giggles, and throws an affectionate "you're annoying" at me along with a pillow sometimes. I'd be like, we're watching the freaking movies here, shut the hell up. Get out of the TV or I'm going to fucking spank you. Clearly she's doing this to test him, and she wants him to correct her, hint hint, but this guy ain't catching on. D, on the other hand, the ex-bad boy, would let me annoy him for maybe half of the movie, acting completely unbothered, and then suddenly would pin me against the wall and have his way with me, whispering, "Here's the attention you wanted so bad." While being rough, he was still gentle and kept making sure I was okay with it all. In other words, she would deliberately get on his nerves on purpose to test him, to misbehave, if you will, and finally the guy would then punish her, if you will, asserting himself, being domineering, have his way with her in the sack, of course, all consensual. She loved it, got off on it, and then rinse, recycle, repeat for the next movie session. This is, it turns her on. A domineering alpha in charge in the sack. And it turned her on, she loved it. And guess what? Most women, by and large, like a guy that takes charge in the bedroom. And any of my 4% of the females that watch me, I'm sure most of you can confirm this in the comment section. I've tried talking to T, tried to persuade him into trying some stuff in the bedroom, but he just won't do anything. He says that he could never treat someone he loves as much as he loves me that roughly. One time we tried spanking, and he went straight to the bathroom to cry. There you go. Cry. She wants you to spank her ass right, and you're going to fucking cry. She found herself for a nice guy. He's always gentle. Of course he is. When we're having the sex, it's okay, but for Christ's sake, I need at least some dirty talking from him to consider it good. I never get there when we have the sex, and it's becoming unbearable. For the past few months, I've gone to the bathroom afterwards he's done to finish myself by myself. I've cried because of this, because of how sexually unfulfilled I feel. So guys, you can see the direction this is going here. You can see why she's not getting it, she's not being fulfilled. It's only a matter of time, but it's like, then why is she with this guy? Because Chad and Tyrone ain't going to make good husband material, good father material. So it's like, be with the bad boy and be fulfilled and turned on and all that, but deal with a lot of fucking drama. Or be with the nice guy, but I sure as hell ain't going to be fulfilled. But who's she? What is she craving? We all know it. I genuinely think D effed me so well that he just ruined me for everyone else. And it's terrifying. I just want to enjoy the sex with my boyfriend, but I keep wanting more than he's willing to give me. How the hell can any guy who calls himself a freaking man, when his woman literally is saying, I want you to take charge and in a consensual, playful way, get a little rough, spank my little white ass or whatever she's into, pin me down, order me to do this, order me to do that to you, and that freaks him out? Get the fuck out of here. No guy watching this now that watches this channel would, in any means, turn that down. I don't know what to do. I've been catching myself reliving moments with D more and more frequently, and I'm so sexually frustrated it hurts. I don't want D, I want T, but I don't know if I can bear with this situation any longer. You can see the direction this is going to go if something doesn't change pretty quickly. I know the two obvious options, break up with T or stay with him and tolerate the unfulfillment, but both seem so effing horrible. I either break my heart and his in order to pursue my S-word fulfillment, but that sounds horribly selfish, or stay happy, no hearts broken, still with the love of my life, and just accept that I'll never have the good SCX again. Or option 3, you can talk to your man, be as direct, if you call him a man, T for tampon, that's what he should be called. Be as direct as possible that he can understand, and tell him you got some fucking needs. And this is what you need to stay fulfilled, blah, blah, blah. And speak so he understands this as directly as possible. And hopefully you can come to some kind... There's no way T for tampon is going to be any way like D for his you-know-what. But you can find... By just dropping hints and hoping ain't going to get you anywhere. You got to be fucking direct. Because guys, we respond to being direct. Hints and innuendos don't work very well on us, even though T sounds a lot more like a girl than she does. Advices are always welcome. Please help. I'm desperate. Now for some updates. She says, thanks for all the comments and advices. Most of them were really some food for thought and very helpful once I ignored the ones that kept saying, I don't appreciate my boyfriend. After talking to some people, I realized I can't keep waiting for the right time to talk to him, so I'm going to bring some things up today. I'm just waiting till he gets home. Good. Healthy communication. She says, wish me luck. Thank you all. Next update, she says, I talked to him. Oh boy, can't wait to hear this conversation went. Hello again. I wasn't going to update this, but since a few people commented and messaged me wanting to know how did the talk go, so here it goes. Get your popcorn, gentlemen. I talked to him, and it was better than I ever could have imagined. I brought up the subject while we were eating and some takeout. I made sure he knew that I wasn't trying to force him to do anything or make him uncomfortable, but speaking about something that has been on my mind for a while. I told him that the SCX wasn't feeling very good to me, that I'd like to change, and that I knew how to. But that SCX is quite literally a job for 2 people or more, but you get it. And I wouldn't ever want to try anything that only felt good for me. He was surprised to hear about how long I've been thinking about it, and even more surprised that it took me so long to talk about it, since we really are great communicating our feelings. See? Talk to him. The fucking hints and innuendos that women do because they don't want to hurt the guy's feelings or think they're going to react like a girl does. Now, granted, this is the guy that she had him spank her, and he went off to the bathroom and cried, little bitch. What guy wouldn't like to do that? And, but still, communicate. Talk to your guy. Be direct as possible. Step 1, step 2, step 3. This is what I need. I explained to him that I feared he would feel uncomfortable or not want to be with me anymore. And I didn't feel that I could ask for anything else from him since he was so loving and respectful towards me always. Oh my God. So loving and respect. This guy, she's on the pedestal and he kisses the ground she walks on and all that. Good Lord. He even chuckled when I said that and said he wouldn't ever not want to be with me because of things like this. We chatted a little bit more about communication and some personal stuff before it came back to the original topic. He asked what could he do to make the SCX more enjoyable for me, so I started to explain some things. How I like to be bossed around, put in my place, being talked dirty to, and how I don't mind if he spanks or manhandles me. Translation, I want to be submissive in the bedroom. I want to be dominated. Take charge, motherfucker. Spank my little white ass, amongst many other things. Not that goddamn hard. Even if he's faking it. He looked a little shocked at first. Of course he did. And I could see that he was trying his best to be open to my wants. I quickly switched to how it's all consensual and it's all just things to get me there. He wouldn't actually hurt me, and if he did any of those things, and we could have a safe word in case any of us needed to tap out. There you go. End of story. Whatever your safe word is. Kangaroo, popcorn. If her ass is getting right as a fire hydrant and it's hurting her, she can just shout out kangaroo and he'll stop. Good Lord. I told him we could start light and that I would really appreciate if we tried it because it's a really big deal for me. But that I would understand if he didn't want to and wouldn't make him do anything. I don't want to force him to do anything to me. We talked for over 2 hours. Again, as this conversation is so hard for many of you guys to believe and see this is actually happening, regardless, good, they're communicating. Key for relationships. You relationship guys are aware of this. And, she's making it clear and speaking to him that he understands. After, he made some more questions, mostly about the dynamics of this and how he could make sure he wasn't actually hurting me. His response was just, okay. He stared at the TV for a while and then suddenly blurted out and I would be able to do this like any time. It was a little unexpected. I said that yes, he has my permission to do that any time. But that he could think about it as long as he wanted, because I knew it could be a little strange for him. And to my surprise, he answered, "What if I want to do that now?" Just do it, bro. Just do it. Just like Nike says, just do it. Don't say, "What if I want to do it now?" She doesn't want you to ask permission. She wants you to take over, take charge. Well, it just happens that this sweet little boy understood the assignment quite fast. Notice she said assignment, because he's a submissive, obviously. Trying to have the submissive be the dominant in the bedroom stuff doesn't really work, but he's trying. Give him credit. I feel like I've never felt as turned on as I felt in that moment in my entire life. I guess y'all know how the rest goes. Good, he's trying, but I don't buy this. I'm the most turned on ever. No. It was the best. Anything too extreme, and I could see that he was holding back the whole time. But I couldn't care less. The knowledge that he would really listen to me before and during, since he kept asking, like this, and do you like that, was just so fulfilling. It was great. Well, of course he was asking questions. I could see him literally now with her over his knee. Smack. Her ass is getting redder. That okay, honey? Yes, honey. Smack, smack. How about that? Feels good, honey. I can see this whole dialogue going on there. The next morning, I talked to him again to assure him once another time that it was okay if he didn't want to do that anymore, and that I didn't want to force him. And he said he'd never ever done anything like that before. Shocker. And if he was uncomfortable in the first place, and that there was any unsettling feeling inside his body, it left as soon as he saw how much I enjoyed it. He also confessed, a little shy, that he liked it too, a little too much. Aha! Well, there you go. I'm overjoyed. I can't believe it all worked out so well. Earlier today, he asked me if it was okay if he made things progressively more rough, so I didn't feel too overwhelming. And the fact that he was the one who wanted to make it more intense just showed me he was in fact enjoying it. I didn't see this ending. I couldn't be happier. Thanks to everyone who commented and messaged me. To all who said hurtful things about my relationship and said I should or would cheat on T with D, fuck off. Bye. So there you go. The ending I didn't expect, unless she's making it up, but I actually don't think she's making it up. So what's the moral of this story here? Because they're all about learning. Number one, they're always going to crave the D. And the nice guys cannot be like the bad boys with the girl in the sack. The gals are going to settle for the nice guy because they do want to, by and large, get married one day and have kids and have the house in the suburbs and the white picket fence and the dog and the cat and all that. Bad boy ain't going to do that. So they have to settle for the nice guy. Nice guy is not going to give her the tingles and the uncertainty and the bedroom loving the way the nice guy, like this guy T, does. And you saw in that story. Now, he's an extreme case with him crying in the bathroom when she wanted him to spank her ass. But fair enough. But communication. She sat him down, talked to him, obviously said in a way, and he was like, why didn't we talk about this before? And I'll give this. As much as I'm making fun of him and roasting the guy, at least he's trying. Give him that. Maybe he'll enjoy it more and be able to fake being assertive. And hopefully, maybe this will be a couple that works out because, let's be honest, all the stories I do are about these train wreck stories. And hopefully it'll be enough for her to feel comfortable and fulfilled enough. But, I don't know. Call me negative and pessimistic, but I think eventually she'll be back to craving D's D. But hopefully I'm wrong. But anyhow, guys, the point is, the lust for the bad boy and what the bad boy gives always remains. And so this is why the relationship guys that watch this, they have the knowledge and are very well aware of reality, but do relationships, understand these things. And hopefully it'll make your relationship better and all that. And the gals that watch this also realize the nice guy ain't gonna be like the bad boy, but you treat your good guy, even though he's nice, you treat him well if he's a good guy. And again, at the end of the day, what's better? Be with a good guy who treats you well, who's loyal, supportive, all that, but he's not going to be like Chad or Tyrone, or go to Chad or Tyrone, who will give you plenty of D in the bedroom and all the excitement, but everything else is going to be shit. Better be with a good guy that's loyal and supportive and all that, and realize and work with him, communicate all that. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below what you think about this. Ladies, you can also comment as well, addressing the question or thing I said earlier in the story. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.